Last question, gotta go to work. Just watch Alien and Aliens. They were amazing. Correct.
You got that right.
The practical effects are more believable than the CGI movies. Why don't movies use more practical effects? I think that is the great mystery of our time. I think a lot of it is that when you go practical, you have to get it right on set. And there's so many things that can go wrong on practical, and you can't go back and fix it. You can't change the look. If you head down the wrong path, you're screwed if you go practical. But if you go digital, you can change it up in computers. You can change the look. You can keep reiterating and reiterating and reiterating in a way that you can't with practical. There's just so much more flexibility. It's easier to rent out a green screen over there and have the computer nerds do all the work than it is to try and figure out what you want it to look like, hire someone to make it look that way, build all of that stuff, have a practical set, go into a space and try and make these things look believable. And I think that's a big part of our problem. And I think another thing that's kind of happening with some of this is that enough time has passed that digital is now 30 years old. And you're having directors that are coming up that have just only ever done digital. That's the world that they know. That's the world that they have been a part of. Therefore, they don't know how to go back to that. They've lived in a world where you go to a green screen, you put dots on a person's face, and then the computer people figure it out. The art of practical sets and physical dolls, and what dolls is probably not the best way to describe that. It's not what it used to be. And I think the best examples are when you build sets, you have practical things, and then you augment with digital. But you have actors in real spaces, you have items in that space, and you're going between a whole set of tricks where sometimes an actor is interacting with a real thing, and then we cut to another shot, and it's a digital thing. But we're doing it seamlessly, so it's not in any way obvious which one is which, and what are the limitations of each. And so the brain just fills it in, and it just feels seamless. That's why Jurassic Park holds up 30 years later, because they used all the tricks and they respected the limitations of everything. And therefore they used the best tool from the best context and tried their best to hide all the cracks, all the seams, everywhere where it's glued together, let's put a bush in front of it so you can't see the glue holding it together. Versus when you watch a lot of the Marvel movies where it's very clearly actors in front of a green screen, battling green screen items, and there's nothing anchoring it into reality. And it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel as real. You watch Alien. There's a few costume designs and hairstyles that feel a little dated. So much of it, 40 years later, looks fantastic. It hasn't aged. And that visceral, it's tangible. You buy into it. It feels real because there were real things there. And I just wish we would get back to that. And digital's great. There's many wonderful uses of digital. Terminator 2, groundbreaking film in the world of digital. But once again, they were cutting back and forth between let's glue tinfoil on to Robert Patrick, and then we cut to a wider shot and it sucks into his chest with the digital effect. And it was just cutting back and forth between all these different things. So you can't, as soon as you figured out the trick, it switches to the next trick. And that's what you need to do if you want to make it believable. And you keep everyone guessing as to where they need to be looking. Most of these clips are pulled from my Patreon live streams. I do about 6 live streams every single month. For $2 per month, $20 per year, you can get access to all the exclusive videos and live streams. For $5 per month, you get your name on my end card. At the top tier, you get a 30-minute video chat with me each month. The link down below in the description has more information.